And today we have a very special interview with an amazing person, and her name is Mei Guo. I will ask her to pronounce her name a lot more properly than I am. But today we're going to talk about the Embrace movement, and this is something that I am very, very, very excited about because this is something so beautiful. And today I had the pleasure to speak with her on a business meeting, and it was just wonderful, absolutely amazing. And I am so thrilled for everyone who's watching this, either live or on the replay, to be able to witness this wonderful woman who's got such a beautiful vision and such an empowering vision to make a difference to the entire world. So, first and foremost, let me welcome you on this. So, hello, May. So wonderful to have you with us. Please enlighten us with a little bit background information about yourself. Yeah, maybe tell you a little bit about yourself, please. And I'm gonna try to get Instagram to come back.
I think the Instagram is off.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna get the Instagram back. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, it's all good. Yes, feel free to just share, and then I'll get Instagram to come back, and then you can join on that one also. But yes, please tell me a little bit, or everyone who's watching, obviously, a little bit about yourself, and yeah, basically what inspired you to create this movement.
Hi everyone. I start this movement. I myself haven't thought about this, but when I have a conversation with Tjibaria about how I was suffering through the journey to become a girl boss in my family, because I so want to prove myself to my father that I can be the best in the family and also in the company. I think something very crucial to myself that I deny my true self. I try to put myself into others' expectation, like putting on a form that's not even myself. And as long as I keep doing this to myself, the real me disappear, and I have to pick up piece by piece after that to find myself back. And it was a really painful journey because it was like me cutting myself piece by piece till my real self disappear. And I realized I cannot find who I am, why I am working so hard.
Yeah.
So then I start to healing myself. But gathering all the pieces is one thing, and you want to join all the pieces back into the original form. That's another difficult mission.
Yeah, and I really also appreciate you sharing that because it's not necessarily an easy thing to have to go through it. But then what I really love about this, and also for everybody to learn about May, is as well that you've basically overcome a lot of things in your life, and you have such a noble mission in terms of always wanting to help and make a difference and support also the company that you are involved with, but you use all of that to basically help and empower other people. And I think that is something really strong, because one of the beautiful things that May shared with me earlier today is that in a lot of the time, especially speaking about women in power positions, whether that is leading companies or whether that is in, let's say, roles inside of companies that are, of a lot of responsibilities. Sometimes it can be that we kind of lose ourselves, or we lose touch of who we really are. And one of the things that May talks about as well is really the power in your feminine energy, which I really, really, really loved listening to. And you shared it so beautifully. And I think that's a wonderful message. And that's why I was like, okay, I want to have you on the Facebook and Instagram and all of my channels, to be able to talk more about this message, because I think whatever your background is, for whoever is listening, whether you are a woman like us, or whether you are a man, or whatever your background, company, not company, in a job or not in a job, I think one of the most beautiful things what May really stands for, and what her embrace movement stands for, is that it is important for anyone to embrace yourself first, because we all have unique powers, we all have certain things that make us the powerful individual that we are. And if we lose track of that, and we try to be someone else, or we try to make other people proud in a way that it's no longer really ourself, then, like you say, then you lose a piece of yourself, or you lose more pieces of yourself. And that is obviously not beneficial, and definitely will not on the long run help you with what you're trying to achieve. So say, for instance, you're trying to embody a different type of character, or different type of personality, or person, or energy, like you call it. And you do that because you want to obviously create good results, and you want to have that recognition. But at the end of the day, even those things will not be really achievable, because you're no longer you. Whereas if you are you, and if you do embrace yourself in the most beautiful form, then you will flourish, and you will be able to get so many more results than would ever be possible to get. So I think that's something really powerful. And I want to ask you this question as well, because one of the really interesting things that I love about you and your story, and especially about this movement that you have, is you are very aware of energy. And especially in you, like, for those of you who don't know yet, May helps women from all around the world, and like all different types of women, but especially allowing women to recognize and ignite and reignite their feminine energy. So, would you care to share a little bit more about that, for if there's any women listening, or any audience listening whatsoever, a little bit about that? And one of the interesting parts as well, in terms of fabric, I
Yeah.
think that's a very interesting part. So, please feel free to share. And then I will see if I can get the other stream still to come up. I don't think it's working. But yeah, we have 3 streams anyways. Mhm.
Because I myself believes everything, every material has its own spirit, has soul.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
everything, even the furniture,
Yeah.
has spiritual in it.
Mhm.
But throughout our daily life, and when we grow up as an adult, we kind of numb ourselves
Mhm.
in the spiritual realm.
Mhm.
So, um, for example, wearing something beautiful is one thing,
Mhm.
but wearing something that will empower your energy, or lowering down your energy,
Mhm.
it's this situation exists
Mhm.
just because the energy, we cannot see it,
Yeah.
so we never thought about it.
Mhm.
And okay, for myself, I do yoga practice
Mhm.
every day. So sometimes when the pose is difficult, I sweat a lot. And
Mhm.
usually in my expectation, the yoga wear is supposed to absorb the sweat
Yeah.
and release it very fast.
Mhm.
And as a girl who like to wear pretty garment, I
Mhm.
tend to buy like brand name
Mhm.
yoga wear, such as Adidas and
Mhm.
Under Armour.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why in the beginning why I um sweating like a pig, and my body feel suffocate, cannot
Mhm.
breathe
Yeah.
until the practice over. And I
Mhm.
went to taking a shower. I was in shock that all my sweat is like like this big, but
Yeah.
stuck on on my skin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, not one drop is absorbed by the
Yeah.
garment. That's
Mm-hmm.
when I realized, oh, that's why I feel so uncomfortable and unbreathable.
Mm-hmm.
Because the things, the fabric I wearing, I thought that's the second skin.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like plastic
Yeah.
wrapping me while
Mm-hmm.
I doing difficult yoga pose.
Yeah.
So then I start to research the material of the fabric.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
material on the sports fabric is spandex,
Mm-hmm.
synthetic fabrics like nylon and polyester,
Yeah.
and those they call high tech fabric.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they are made up based by plastic material,
Mm-hmm.
which which is not nature. The
Yeah.
best energy supposed to grow
Mm-hmm.
out from the land.
Yeah.
It has the most livable energy.
Mm-hmm.
As for example, cotton,
Yeah.
banana fiber, hemp.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the natural fiber we can see by making garments.
Yeah.
But a natural fiber, silk is the most powerful one.
Yeah.
But we almost forgot about silk
Yeah.
because not much branding is willing to make the silk garment
Mm-hmm.
in like daily wear, such like underwear
Mm-hmm.
or comfort wear or sleeping wear.
Yeah.
There are certain type of branding are doing this, but they are like luxury wearing,
Mm-hmm.
not like for daily wearing.
Yeah.
So I decide to do it myself because I want to
Yeah.
wear something
Yeah.
like energy.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I realize is because I practice yoga, so um, in yoga practice we see the chakra
Mm-hmm.
energy where chakra gathering together
Mm-hmm.
is on the lower part of our body, like the sacral chakra.
Mm-hmm.
So all the prana and all the energy of our body will gathering in this part of our body.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can wearing at least a silk underwear during our sleep time,
Yeah.
which means the garment will do the job to healing
Mm.
our prana
Yeah.
and balance the negative energy that
Wow.
we gather throughout the day.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yes.
I think it's really amazing, and I don't know. Well, at least for myself, though, when you told me about it the first time, I was like, "Oh wow, I didn't even know that. That's interesting. Where can I get me some garments about your wear?" But I think it's also very interesting to see how that then is so determining factor in how you then feel and how you then express. And also, like, one of the things that you teach to your students is specifically for the females about how do you ignite that feminine energy and that power, and how do you embrace that very beautifully. And for me as well, when I think about it, then sometimes you don't even realize what the effect is of the clothes that you wear, or the the breathability, what that does to your energy, and then so many other factors. But then hearing what you do and how you not only support your students in the fact so that they can really embrace themselves, have the strong feminine energy, and thereby succeed in their careers or in their businesses, or create abundance in life, in their relationships and in their family life. But how that really directly connects to, if only you just wear certain fabrics that can then support you and help you, to further heal and not distort that energy. I just was like,
Yes.
oh my goodness, that's really cool. That's really cool to say the least. But also, I think a lot of people don't know about, and that's why I was just like, what you do is not only really incredible how you help people, but I also think it's really a thing that more people should know about, and that's why I'm also so interested in your clothing line and the well, you may share the name, the where. I just think that that's so cool, and something that I personally am interested in to buy from you, and to get those good energy fabrics. But I want to ask you another question as well, because I think that's very important. And by the way, for anybody who is watching this either live or on replay, I really, really, really want to highly recommend everybody to follow Mei. She's active on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, and on many other platforms as well. So you can find her under the name Mei Guo Official. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Is it Mei Guo? Okay, thank you so much. Really,
Yes.
really, really a big fan of your work, and I just love as
Thank you.
well how you not only make such an impact, but also you carry so much love and humbleness. And I think that is another point that I would like to talk about, because so many people these days are really into and how do you say, well, I don't know, maybe distracted even by so many things that are beautiful and shiny and sometimes ego filling. Whereas what I really love about you and what you do for people, and the not only like the businesses that you have and that you're building, and the empire that you're building, but also the nonprofit organization that you have and how you're helping people as such. What I love about it is that it basically is founded in pure principles, meaning that what you really realize is that we are all special, and we all have something unique, something beautiful, and that it really is a shame if anyone ever feels like you should suppress that. And the fact, obviously, that you have been through that, and not by any negative influence from anybody, but that you felt the need that you had to do that to be able to succeed in a male dominated environment, or to be like that's something that you would need to be able to succeed, or get recognition, or people to accept your leadership. That obviously is not true at all. We can 100% be faithful in ourselves and be proud of ourselves, and like you say, embrace yourself. And I want to ask you, if you were to give a message to anybody who's listening to this, that right now perhaps feel like they are not able to do, or to be the person, to do the things that they want to do, or to be the person that they want to be, what would you feel is like a powerful thing that you wish that someone would have shared with you maybe a couple of years back, and you would like to pass on to whoever's in that situation right now? Like, what would that be? What would your advice be?
I I'd like to say to them that don't deny yourself. But
Mhm,
I know probably in their
mhm,
situation they couldn't listen to this word because I was in that situation.
mhm,
I know. Yeah. But I really want to let them know that you want to, okay, let me say this way.
mhm,
I was so want to win the masculine.
mhm,
So I made myself a masculine.
mhm,
And the price is
mhm,
I kill my feminine
mhm,
self.
mhm,
I kill my feminine self.
mhm,
And and when anyone is going through this situation,
mhm,
in that moment, they kind of, how to say, I know anyone in that situation, they know they shouldn't do that, but they want something so bad
mhm,
that are willing to sacrifice.
mhm,
But the thing they are sacrifice is the core, the heart
Mhm.
of the soul.
Yeah.
So if you already did something to yourself,
Mhm.
I want you to know anytime, any moment, if you are willing to sit down, close your eyes. Just close your eyes for even 1 minute
Mhm.
and listen to your heart.
Yeah.
You will find yourself back in that 1 minute.
Mm.
And you can start from that 1 minute.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really beautiful. And I want to say thank you so much for sharing that. And also for anybody who's listening to this or who can resonate to that, it's, any one person, whether you're male or whether you're female, might sometimes feel that you have so many responsibilities and so many things that you want to do. But like a lot of people always say, right, it's you have to take care of yourself first, and you have to love yourself first, and you have to be able to embrace yourself first before
Yes.
you can actually really and truly give. And that means giving in a let's say relationship manner, whether that's to the family members, or whether that is to colleagues, or whether that is to partners, or whether it's to children, or parents as well, or whether that is giving within a professional setting and being able to do certain things. So sometimes it may feel like it's kind of backwards, because for me as well, I always feel like I want to give to other people first before I give to myself, but then that goes backwards, because then at some point you're gonna run out of fuel to give, and you have to look after yourself, because it's like a whole balance, and it's not always easy. Like for me as well, it's not always easy, but it's definitely something that is important, and that's why I really love the work that you do, and I really want more people to know about it. And I really highly recommend people to follow Amazing May, and to be part of her movement, and to see like the good that she's doing. And for me as well, I'm really really interested in your your garments when you launch them, and just know everything that you do to make this world a better place. Because at the end of the day, I think if we were to truly realize how awesome we all are, again, whether you're male, whether you're female, whether you're an alien, if we realize how awesome we are and you truly embrace that, then from that unconditional energy, love, power, there's nothing that you cannot realize. And that's why I really love your slogan as well. For anybody who hasn't seen it yet, it's in the description, the beautiful slogan. And I want to say it right. It is: embrace yourself, ignite your feminine energy, and conquer the world. And I think that's really really beautiful. So if you want to quote that, make sure to quote it by Miss Mei Guo. Sorry. Yeah, and I think it's really really beautiful. And there's one more thing that I want to touch upon, and I think this is very important too. And this goes more into like the spiritual space. And I think this is like a beautiful thing to end this conversation on. And it's kind of like the beginning of everything new to come. Another thing that you talk about is the power of um, like healing karma and healing family karma. And specifically, you are very passionate about you know empowering mothers or mothers to be, because as a mother you have such a powerful influence to make a difference to your child and make a difference to the family. And obviously fathers have a very powerful influence as well. So they both have a beautiful and powerful and unmissable effect. But today, specifically speaking about mothers, would you care to share a little bit more about that as well? Because I think, especially as a woman and as a mother or mother to be, or anybody who's listening who wants to build a family in the future, these words of wisdom that you have to share can be really, really powerful. And is yet another reason why I highly recommend it, if you're watching this video live or on replay, to follow May, because this is some really, really cool and interesting stuff. So please share a little bit more about that.
Okay. I it's all because when I start to healing my inner self, or the inner feminine energy,
Mhm.
through the feeling process, I realize lots of the trauma is not really from myself.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the worst trauma
Yeah.
is not mine,
Mm-hmm.
but my great grandmother's
Mm-hmm.
or my grandmother.
Yeah.
It's like passed down along the family line
Mm-hmm.
because my great grandmother has such trauma. She
Mm-hmm.
could in that moment she couldn't accept it,
Yeah.
so she just shuffled
Mm-hmm.
in the corner in her heart.
Mm-hmm.
So after she passed away,
Mm-hmm.
this energy will still transfer because energy never disappear.
Yeah.
It just move along to next generation.
Mm-hmm.
So until I it pass the thing pass on to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I realize, oh, if I can keep healing myself and keep seeing what's happening to
Mm-hmm.
me, it's really from my
Mm-hmm.
experience, it's really from my creation,
Yeah.
or it's from the family
Yeah.
line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because the karma from family,
Mm-hmm.
it just needs attention. Just sometimes it just needs you to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So the energy know you see it,
Yeah.
then you understand it,
Mm-hmm.
then you release it. It can also be free.
Yeah. That's
The energy wants to be free, but it's like the energy doesn't want to stuck in the family line either.
it's like I don't want to
No,
stay here anymore. Please release me.
no one is seeing me stuck in here,
Yeah, yeah. That's really beautiful. I love the way how you describe it because sometimes when people think about energy or specifically that type of energy that moves on from generation to generation, like not willingly or intentionally, but it just does. Um, then it might have this scary feeling, or some people may think of it like, "Oh no, I don't like that." But it's like the way how you describe it, I really love the fact that it's like even a positive thing, and even the energy is saying that please release me so that I can move on and be good and can be free. And
Yes,
I think,
you got a point. You got a good point
yeah.
in that sometimes we can feel the scary
Mm.
feeling or uncomfortable feeling.
Mhm.
That's because the energy know if they don't do something strong
Yeah.
to you, you will ignore them
Wow.
day by day.
Yeah.
So they have to do something more
Hmm.
powerful.
Yeah.
So something's wrong there.
Yeah, and then you can give it attention, and once you have the awareness, you can give it attention, and then you can release
Yeah,
it. And I think the power of that is basically twofold, because number one, if you really think about it, it also is a favor, or a duty, or something beautiful, a blessing that you pass on to the elder generations because you're cleaning it.
got it.
So that is something beautiful. But also, and this is something really interesting that May talks about, and I again cannot state it enough, make sure to follow her because her stuff is so beautiful and so good, is that it also then cleans the next generation. And that is one of the most beautiful gifts as a mother that you can give to the next generation, and allow your children to have the most powerful and most abundant start of life without unwillingly passing something on that may have nothing to do with your children, but has been there or has been stuck there. So yeah, I think I really love what you stand for and what you do and how you help people. And once again, if anybody watches this live or on replay and you resonate with this, I highly recommend you to follow May. She's absolutely amazing. She's on a huge mission to make this world a better place in so many different ways, on so many different businesses, but also with her nonprofit. So I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your wisdom here on my FL, no, not, it was FLC, and it's also my daily show, even though I haven't been live as daily as I want to be. But in any case, thank you for sharing your wisdom with me and everybody
Thank
who.
you for having
Yeah, I really, really appreciate it. And I cannot state it enough. Make sure to follow May Go on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or anywhere else that she is at May Go Official. And I just want to say once more, thank you so much. And if you like this video, please feel free to give it some love or comment below what was your biggest takeaway. And very important as well, if you think that this video may benefit someone else, please feel free to share and pass on the love so that we can make this world a better place just as powerfully as Mei Guo does it with her Embrace movement. So on that note, we're going to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're not already following the channel, make sure to follow the channel. And most importantly, follow Mei because she's awesome. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you